Well, Joe Biden has made an absolute mess of the U.S.-Mexico border. Sad because President Trump had it cleaned up. And now, in Biden's budget request, he's asking Congress for at least $12 billion extra to bring more migrants into the United States. This is the last thing we need. And get this, his reasoning for the budget increase is to accelerate the inflow of cheap labor that would take American jobs. All the while, they want to cut funding for anti-drug efforts, border enforcement, and deportations, things that keep you safe. An important border state that has seen devastating impacts of Team Biden's open border crusade is Arizona. Well, joining me now is Republican Arizona State Senate candidate, excuse me, not state Senate, but federal Senate candidate, Jim Layman is with us. Jim, it's great to have you on the program.
Brett, great to be here, and you're absolutely right. This is as anti-American as anything that Biden and our Senator far left, Mark Kelly, could possibly imagine. You know, I had the endorsement of the National Border Patrol Council, been to the border a dozen times in the last few months, and we're under an invasion already, Grant. This will only make it worse. Of course, that's the intent of the Biden and Kelly administration. These guys know no bounds to which they won't screw over the American taxpayer and American citizen.
Let me run a soundbite from your competitor here if you get the nomination. This is Mark Kelly. Talk about Title 42, this idea that during a time of crisis, medical crisis, we can turn people away at the border, instituted during Trump. Biden wants to do away with that. Here's Mark Kelly.
I'm in constant communication with the administration. I mean, yesterday with the CDC, today with the head of Homeland Security. So we're having continuous conversations. I mean, this is important for our state. You know, we need to have a plan in place before Title 42 goes away.
Well, he's either lying, Jim, or the administration doesn't care about him, because the administration says they're doing away with that, and that means huge influx into Arizona and other border states.
Grant, I think it's all of the above. You know, Mark Kelly lied when he ran for U.S. Senate here 2 years ago as a moderate. He's been anything but. He's been 100% voting for Schumer, Biden, George Soros' plan. And that plan is an invasion of America. You know, we had it under control, 2,000 a week under the Trump plan, which included remaining in Mexico and building the wall. And now, last fiscal year, 42,000, and that number is now up to 48,000. You know, all of the drug fentanyl is coming through the border, record portions of that, not to mention the crime that's escalated. You know, the border's controlled by the cartel. Our border control guys are under stand down. All they do is process, no arrest.
Yeah.
Egregious part of this, even goes beyond pale, Grant, is the fact that this budget increase goes for lawyers that the American taxpayer is going to pay for, process illegals in our country faster, get asylum faster. We already have the great legal immigration system. That's enough.
It's amazing to me, Jim. I'm asking all the Senate candidates that come on, because I think part of the problem has been Republicans in Washington that have let Democrats run hog wild and even pushed at times open border policies. I think Mitch McConnell's done a horrible job as leader of the Republican Party in the Senate. Would you vote to oust him if you got there as leader of Republicans?
You know, Grant, no one's ever run against McConnell. You know, someone has to do that. You know, Rick Scott's put out an 11-point plan. But I can tell you, regardless of who it is, I am going to go after the majority leader vote that will, number one, secure the southern border in Arizona. That is absolutely my first priority, and will do everything I can to shut down business, regardless who that majority leader is, until we get that. And I'm bringing with me a staff a lot stronger than anything anyone's seen in U.S. Senate, because, again, being an ex-businessman, I'm going to make sure that we bring the beef to get things done in U.S. Senate instead of kicking the can down the road and screwing over the American worker and taxpayer. What's going on in that southern border is absolutely egregious, an invasion, Grant.
We certainly could use someone who brings the beef, as you say, because there's a lot of beef up there that's rotten, and it needs to be thrown out. Jim Layman, I appreciate the time. Thank you. Good luck in your race ahead.